Underway in live baseball here momentarily. Swamprats will be the home team. Waupun batting first. Give you the Waupun lineup. Braden D leading off. Rhett is second. Dane third. Caden fourth. Liam batting fifth. Braden G sixth. Bennett 7. Clay is 8th. Ryan is ninth. Lyndon is 10th. And Leo is 11. We will have 11 batters on each team here for this first game. This will be open substitution policy during this game, so I apologize to any of the Waupun fans that may be watching, as the t-shirts do not have numbers on them, so I'm going to have to try to do this from either cleat color or type of bat used. So we'll be going at it from there. We can run down the defense for you for the Swamprats. Starting on the mound is number 1, Jackson Burbach. Behind the plate, Ryan Hunter. Your first to third, Avery Peachy at first. Mason Reedy at second. Your shortstop, Aiden Arians. And at third base is Shea Selno. Your right fielder, left fielder, Ryan Braun. Center fielder, AJ Unzueta. And the right fielder, Emmanuel Granados. Swamp Rat's going to start off with a lefty on the hill. We'll see if that's an advantage. Once again, this is a wooden bat league, so only wood bats or composite wood bats may be used. Composite metal bats are not allowed. This league is brought to you by Silver Sluggers out of Madison, owned by Brad Woodall, former Major League pitcher for the Cubs, Braves, and Milwaukee Brewers. I should say Atlanta Braves. Let's not confuse that with the Milwaukee Braves. That would have been a while. So Burbach completes his pitches, and we will start off with Braden D at the plate. Opening pitch by Burbach is in there for a strike. And we are underway. Opening pitch, 10:01. And that one's down low, ball 1. Evens the count. And that is in there for a strike. Burbach ahead, 1-2. And fouled off by Braden into the trees up there on the hill. And count remains 1-2. And grounder back to Burbach. He will flip over to Peachy for the first out. 1-3 on the putout if you score along with us at home. So 1 down, nobody on for Waupun. Brings up Rhett. And that drops low. Ball 1. And Burbach in there on the outside corner. 1-1. 56 balmy degrees here on a fall day in Waterloo. And popped up, Peachy giving chase, and he will have that for the second out. About 2 steps from the out of bounds line, out of play line, excuse me, not out of bounds line. There's not a fence along the first and third base lines, no dugouts here in Waterloo. So they have a line painted that if you go over that line, that technically the ball is out of play. So 2 down, and Dane stands in now, takes that first one outside a ball. And that is popped up. Who wants it? Center field. That is not popped up. That is hit back to the fence. AJ gives chase and gets it in. And Dean will have a double. It sounded like he hit that off the end of the bat. I didn't think it was going to go that far. So 2 out, Dane. And that is inside. Good stop by Hunter to keep that from going back to the fence. 1-0. And that is tap foul behind the plate. 1-1 with this next pitch. And that is tap foul, 1-2. And grounder back to Burbach. Fumbles that a little bit, but has plenty of time to get that over to Peachy for the third out. So a 2-out double is stranded for Waupun, and through 1/2 inning of play, it is Waupun 0 and the Swamprats coming up. Can give you the Waterloo, the Swamprats lineup, excuse me. Batting order, Aiden Arians leading off. AJ Unzueta in the 2-hole. Shea Selno batting third. Avery Peachy batting cleanup. Mason Reedy will be batting fifth. Jackson Burbach in the 6-hole. Emmanuel Granados. 7 hitters right now. Avery Arians and Sawyer Tobias. That hitting order again, Aiden, AJ Shea, Avery Mason Jackson, E-Man Ryan Hunter, Ryan Braun, Avery Arians, and Sawyer Tobias. Braden D starts on the mound for Waupun. His battery mate behind the plate is Bennett. First to third, Braden G at first. Second baseman, Rhett. Shortstop is Caden, and third baseman is Dane. Your outfielders left to right. Left fielder Clay, center fielder Liam, and your right fielder is Leo. So bottom of the first, and Aiden Arians stands in. First pitch taken, 66-mile-an-hour curveball for strike one. Another curveball lined into left center. That will fall for a single and a leadoff hit for the Swamprats. Brings up the center fielder, A.J. Unzueta, whose older brother Antonio is one of the coaches. He's down at third. And A.J. comes up empty on that first offering. Arians with about a two-step lead over there at first. Pitch coming home. A.J. taken on the inside corner for strike two. Coming home. And that is strike three for the first out. So one out brings up Shea, the third baseman. Shea leaves that one alone, down low and inside, ball one. Aiden Arians, the runner at first, led off the bottom of the first with a single. He takes off down to second, and he is caught stealing. Good fire down there by the Waupun catcher, Bennett. So two outs, bases are empty in a 1-1 count to Selno. And in tight, ball two. That is in there for a strike, 71. Up high to Shea. Full count. Middle. And that is an infield single for Shea. Brings up Avery Peachy. First baseman in game one. That is a tapper to third. Peachy will just be out. Third baseman Dane had a double clutch that one. And the inning is over. Swamprats strand one. And through one inning of play, it is 0-0. Due up for Waupun in the second inning, Liam, Braden G, and Bennett. In a scoreless game. Both teams leaving a runner stranded on the bases, but failing to score. Once again, this is a wooden bat league. Wooden bats are a necessity. Composite wooden bats are allowed. This is through Silver Sluggers in Madison, Wisconsin. First of 6 weeks. Season goes till October 12th. One rainout game can be scheduled. Could play as far as October 19th. But there will be no makeups after 1 week of a rainout. Doubleheaders played every week, 10 and noon for the first shift and 2 and 4 for the second shift. Games played throughout southern Wisconsin. 10 teams in this league. So Liam, the center fielder, leads off the top of the second. Burbach's pitch is inside a ball. And in the dirt. 2-0. And that drops just low and outside. Liam would not offer. 3-0 now. And that is outside a 4-pitch walk to start the second inning. Brings up Braden G., the first baseman. And that is in there for a strike. Burbach comes home with it. That is in the same spot and the same result. 0-2 to Braden. And tries to shoot the outside corner and misses. Braden did not offer. 1-2. And that one is a little bit further outside. 2-2. And that is popped up and fouled out of play. And we'll do it again at 2-2. And tried to shoot the outside corner and missed. 3-2. Braden's brought it all the way back from 0-2. And that is in there. Grounder to short. Chance for two. Bounces off of Aiden's shoulder and into center field. Everybody's safe. Oh, Aiden's kicking himself for not coming up with that one. That's an E6. Runners on first and second for Waupun. Nobody out. Brings up the first lefty of the game in Bennett. And strike. And that is low and outside. Good stop by Hunter. Keep it in front of him. Keep those runners at first and second. 1-1 the count. Way through to Hunter. And an RBI single for Bennett. And this game has its first run of the game courtesy of Waupun, and they lead it 1-0. Runners still at first and second. Brings up Clay, the left fielder. So Burbach able to get ahead of the last couple of batters here and just not able to produce an out. And that is popped in out of play. Sal now giving chase, but that is outside the white line that I spoke of before. And once again, Burbach ahead, 0-2. And floats one in there outside. 1-2. Down low. Gets by Hunter, but not far enough for anyone to try to get in advance. Hunter throws down to first. Good thing Peachy was ready for that, or that would have gone up the line and runners would have advanced 90 feet. But as it stands, it's a 2-2 count with runners on first and second. Waupun with one run in the top of the second here, and they lead it 1-0. And there's a grounder to second. Reedy will flip to short for one. And the turn is in time for double play. 4-6-3 on that putout. Braden Chi ends up at third base. So 2 down and a runner on third. And popped up. Peachy's calling that one, and he will take that one in the infield grass. And Waupun is retired in the second, but they played a run. Strand won. And through 1.5 innings of play, it is Waupun 1. Swamprats coming up, due up for the Rats, Mason Jackson and Emmanuel Granados. This is the second year in the league for the Rats. They played in last year's league as well. With the Rats being one of the host cities, they should be at home every week. And hopefully we'll also be in the 10 and noon doubleheader time slots. They were last year, so I'm hoping that's also the same case this year. We will play 2 today, but broadcast will only be for 1 game today. your announcer needs to get on the road and do a little bit of travel today. Got to head up to Minneapolis. So you will be brought the first out of 2 games here at H2O Lou Pirates Media. Mason Reedy to lead off the bottom of the second. Taps one to third. Pitcher picks that up and in time for the out. 1-3 on the putout. I thought he was going to have a chance, kind of grounding over into no man's land. The pitcher was able to pick that up quickly and fire to first for the first out. Brings up Jackson Burbach, pitcher, and that drops in there for a strike. And down low, good stop by Bennett behind the plate. And Jackson comes up empty on that pitch, 1-2. And Burbach with a single to left. Burbach took that outside pitch into left field. Hit it where it's pitched, and that's exactly what Jackson did. Brings up Emmanuel Granados now. And he pops one up. And pitcher going to grab that one just inside the foul line. So brings up Ryan Hunter with 2 down. And Ryan Hunter swings at the first pitch and fouls that one into the trees. 0-1 count. And Hunter pops that one up to second base. Rhett camps under that, and he will put that away for the third out. So, second inning in a row, Waterloo strands a runner, but fails to score. Through 2 innings of play, Waupun 1, Swamprats nothing. So this diamond that this game is being played on is, I believe, the current oldest diamond in use, in regular use, in the state of Wisconsin. The plate was set down in 1905 and has not moved. It's been changed out a couple times, but that location is still the original one from 120 years ago. I believe it's one of the top 3 oldest in the country as well, top 5 oldest in the world. Just getting a little nostalgic on you, as well as a history lesson on Sunday morning. Once again, doubleheader games Sunday here down at Waterloo Fireman's Park. So come on down. I will have one correction for that, however, as next week they will be playing on Saturday. Second Saturday in September, always Waterloo's Wiener and Kraut Festival, this year the 65th annual. Burbach's opening pitch is a grounder to second. Reedy stops that, keeps it from going into the outfield, but is unable to get to his feet and throw to Peachy in time at first. So leadoff single for Waupun. In to lead off the third by Linden. Brings up Leo, the right fielder. Burbach comes home. Leo offers at that first pitch strike. And offers at that one as well, strike two. Burbach coming home. Drops low, 1-2. Next week's Saturday game against a yet to be determined opponent. And that is fouled off to the Waupun dugout. Must have been caught by a fan up there. 1-2 to Leo. And another ball outside, 2-2. Pitchers allowed to pitch 6 innings per week in this league. And that pitch is swung on and grounded to Arians. Needs to fire to first and not in time. Double clutching second error by Arians in the game. Runners in first and second for Waupun. Back to the top of the order. And Braden, who grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. And tries to hit the outside corner, does Burbach, and misses. Ball one. Comes home and drops off the table. Does that curveball. Braden ends up empty on that swing, and Burbach evens the count at ball and a strike. Another one, and fouled straight back over my head into the netting and falls harmlessly next to the Swamprats on deck circle. Burbach ahead 1-2. Runners lead from first. Burbach's pitch is outside, 2-2. Burbach comes set. Pitch is inside a ball, 3-2. And that is in there, popped up to Granados in right. He will catch it, and no advance by the runners. One out, and runners remain on first and second. Brings up Rhett, who fouled out to Peachy at first in the first. And that is in there for a strike. And that is fouled and out of play. Over the water sitting in this broadcast area, calling them Waterloo. So if it comes out instead of the Swamprats, I apologize. Burbach ahead 0-2. Runner taking off from second. Breedy gonna catch that over to second for double play. So Linden off with the pitch. Rhett pops out to Reedy. Reedy throws over to Aiden Arians for the double play, second double play turn by the Rats in this game. And Waupun is retired. Through 2.5. Your score, Waupun 1, Swamprats nothing. So Ryan Braun, Avery Arians, and Sawyer Tobias. Two up for the Pirates. Pirates, listen to me. Waterloo Pirates again. I'm stuck. Swamp Rats. First pitch to Ryan Braun of the Rats is in there for a strike. And Braun fouls that one to third base coach. And Antonio gets that back in to play. And Braun pops that one foul and out of play. Braun offers at that strike for the first out of the inning. Brings up Avery Arians. Down low, a ball. Come full circle here, starting to introduce some of the younger brothers of the players that I've seen and grown up broadcasting. Outside, a ball 2-0 to Avery. And Avery with a grounder to short. Picks and throws high and out of play. Arians will be ordered to go to second. So the Rats with for Sawyer Tobias. Caden kind of just airmailed that one. Braden unable to jump high enough and grab that one. Ends up out of play with Avery on second. Sawyer Tobias pops that one up. Going to be caught by Braden this time. And brings up Aiden Arians. Let's see if he can drive his brother in for the first run for the Rats. That is down low a ball. Aiden with a single and then was caught stealing in the first. That is down low, 2-0. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. Outside a ball, 3-1. Hitters count. And in there, Arians with a shot out to left center, giving chase. Is dropped out there between the left and center fielder. Avery comes in to score. Big brother Aiden drives him in, and it is 1-1. This game is tied. Switch places with him. Not sure if that's what Coach called out, but it's exactly what Aiden did. So brings up AJ. He's and Unzueta watches that one in there for a strike. 1-1. And throw back to second. Aiden Arians closer to the bag than the second baseman, Rhett. Up high to AJ, 2-1. AJ would reach. Salno waits on deck. AJ leaves that alone, 3-1. And up high, AJ walks. So the Rats with runners on first and second with 2 down. Salno singled in the first, stranded at third. And he's ahead 1-0. And that is down low to Salno, 2-0. And Salno with a chopper foul. Hit in foul territory and bounced fair, or hit him off the toe. I don't know what happened there, but it's 2-1 count. Salno with a grounder. Too short. Throws late. And Salno is safe. Pair of singles for Salno. Bases loaded for Avery Peachy. Grounded out to third his first time up. And that is outside of all. Oh, Peachy swung on. Foul tipped. 1-1. And comes up empty on that swing. 1-2. And foul tip. Back to the fence. Peachy stays alive. 1-2. And another foul back. 64-mile-an-hour fastball. Bases full of rats. 1-2 count. And inside on the curveball, Peachy strikes out, looking to end the threat in the third. But the Rats tied up. And a double by Aiden Arians, scoring his younger brother. And through 3 innings of play, it is Waupun 1, Swamprats 1. New pitcher for the Rats, Sawyer Tobias, will come into the game. Straight switch, Burbach will sit the bench. I believe everybody else remains the same. Dane, Caden, and Liam are scheduled for Waupun here in the top of the fourth. Still haven't reached the 60-degree mark yet here in Waterloo. It's only 58. So Tobias comes set. His opening pitch. Grounder to third. Salno's got that one. And over to Peachy at first for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Dane grounds out to third. Brings up Caden, the shortstop. Grounded out to the pitcher, Burbach, his first time up in the second. Actually, that was the first inning. He ended the first inning with that third out. And down low by Tobias. Oh, liner just past the glove of Tobias into center. Caden with a 1-out single. Liam stands in, takes that one for a ball. He walked and scored the only Waupun run in the second. download by Tobias, 2-0. That is down low. 3-0. And taken low, 4-pitch walk. Waupun with runners on first and second with 1 out. Brings up Braden, first baseman. Safe on an error by Aiden Arians, his first time up. And up high, Tobias, he's missed 6 in a row. That's a strike in there, 69-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. Drops low, 3-1. That is down low. Back-to-back walks. Load the bases, bringing up Bennett. Bennett drove in the only run of the game with a single in the second, the only run for Waupun in the That drops in there for a strike, even now at ones. Outside, a ball 2-1. How about a little line drive to Peachy at first, taking him towards the bag, and he can fall on the bag for a double play. And behind that one was Bennett, 2-2. And nice curveball by Tobias. Bennett able to foul that one off, stay alive. 2-2. And popped up. Selno giving chase. Will catch that one in foul territory. Nice catch over there by Selno. Two down now for Waupun. Brings up Clay, who hit into a 6-4-3 double play. His first time up. Can use an out here to get out of it. Ball 1 to him. Peachy playing behind the runner at first, guarding the line from an extra base hit. And Good hold by Clay. 2-0 to him. Tobias looking to get out of it with no damage. His 2-0 pitch is way outside. 3-0. No place to put him. Ryan waits on deck. And that is in there for a strike. Clay was ready to take his place at first. Has to retrieve his bat. 3-1 pitch in there for another strike. It's full. Runners will get a head start here. And there it is, fouled into the net. And we'll do it again at 3-2. And that is down low. Good stop by Hunter to keep that in front of him. But Waupun takes the lead on a walk. It's now 2-1. And bases are still loaded. That's taken for a ball by Ryan. And Tobias tries to drop that one on the inside corner, misses. 2-0. And that's inside a ball. 3-0. And misses on 4 straight. Back-to-back walks with runners that come in to score. And Waupun is up now 3-1. 4 total walks in the inning along with a single. Bases are still loaded. Coaching visit to the mound here, along with the entire infield. Umpire trying to speed things up out here. Tobias will stay in the game. And misses outside. 2-1. That drops in there. 2-2. Linden doubled off a first last inning to end the third. And Tobias up high, 3-2. Once again, runners will get a full head start. That is down low. Braden comes in to score for Waupun, and it is 4-1. And another coaching visit to the mound. That'll be it for Sawyer. Pitches 2/3 of an inning, and he's still responsible for all three runners on base. And your new pitcher, got really dark here all of a sudden. The cloud came in. Looks like all of a sudden we're playing at night. We'll be pitching now for the Rats. Have to see how the rest of the defense shakes out. I don't know who's coming in to play short. Looks like Levi Lauersdorf is in the game. So Arians to pitcher, Aiden Arians, and Levi Lauersdorf is in at short. Everything else will remain the same. Bases loaded for Waterloo. Bottom of the order, Leo is up. And in there for a strike by Arians. Slider on the outside corner at 71. Arians a quick worker, from what I remember. In there for strikes. He's quickly ahead, 0-2. And popped up, and Peachy behind the bag will catch that one for the third out. And the side is retired. But 5 walks and a single, and Waupun able to plate 3 runs. Through 3.5, they lead it 4-1. Low 70s. Off your radar. Reedy grounded out to the pitcher's first time up. Actually, that ball was more intended for. Oh, he gets plunked. So hit batter is the way we start the fourth inning. So Reedy's on first and brings up Jackson Burbach. Reedy holds. Ball is pitches down low ball. And in there, fouled out of play. Reedy off with that pitch. Burbach fouled that outside the third basing coach. 1-1. Wind blowing in from left center. Reedy holds this time. Ball is down low. 2-1. And throw over to first. And Reedy able to get back in time without a slide. And pitches outside to Burbach. He's ahead 3-1. That is outside. So a hit batter and a walk is how we start the bottom of the second. 2 on for the Swamprats. And brings up Emmanuel Granados. Popped out to first base his first time up. And Granados takes that inside for a strike. That is down low. Even at ones. And Granados fouls that one into the fence. He's behind 1-2. And time is called. Gonna have a little conference on the mound. Granados leaves that one alone inside and low. Two count to Granados. Throws back to second and it goes into center field. Not far enough away for Reedy to try to think about even going to third. Coming home, and it's high to Granados, full count. Ryan Hunter waits on deck. Inside, Granados walks. So the first three batters aboard for the Swamprats in the bottom of the fourth. Brings up Ryan Hunter, who flew out to right field his first time up. Let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Anything to the outfield should score 2. Inside to Hunter. 1-0. That is up high, back to the fence. Reedy will come home and score. Throw from the catcher hits the umpire. But it's 4-2 now with nobody out. Advances 90 feet. Inside to Hunter. 3-0 to him. 3-1 to Hunter. That is up high to him. He will walk. So bases back to loaded for the Swamprats. And looks like we will have a coaching visit to the mound. Excuse me. So it brings up Ryan Braun. And Brian Braun gets hit. Four to three. And brings up Avery Arians, who scored the first run for the Pirates. For the Rats, excuse me. In there for a strike. And swung on and missed. Arians in an 0-2 hole. Swung on and missed for the first out of the inning. Brings up Levi Lauersdorf, who came in to play shortstop when Avery Arians moved to pitcher. Strike one to Lauersdorf. And tried to actually checked his swing. We have a rundown at third. Granados. And a rundown back and forth to Granados. Tag there on the out. Hunter is going to be out at third. Comedy of errors there on the Swamprats. Snap throw by Bennett down to third with Granados getting caught in a rundown. He's tagged trying to score. Hunter caught in no man's land between second and third. Tried to him on the slide. So the Swamprats do score two, but end that inning on a crazy double play. I think everybody on Waupun's team must have touched that ball except for the right fielder. At least five different people must have touched it on that rundown by Granados. But we head to the fifth. With a score of Waupun 4 and the Swamprats 3. So Arian's back on the mound. A couple of other changes in the Waupun lineup. Lauersdorf again stays in at short. You got Caden Sell now. The younger brother of Shea takes over for Avery Peachy at first. Your new third baseman is Wyatt Skalitsky. Aiden Arians ahead 2-0. And swung on and fouled back 75 on that pitch. And swung on and missed. So Arians starts off the fifth with a strikeout. That was Braden, the original pitcher. Brings up Rhett. It's popped out to first and to second. First two times at bat here. Is down low 2-0. Up high 3-0. And that is a 4-pitch walk. Curveball up high. Fired down to second, not in time. Rhett with a stolen base. Two and 0 count. Swung on and missed. 2-1. Hunter forgetting there was somebody on second base. Only walking to that ball, and Rhett able to take third. Swung on and missed. 2-2. Nope. That was 1-3. So that is a strikeout for the second inning. Brings up Caden, the shortstop. Ball inside. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Swung on and missed. Strike two. Down low. 2-2. And liner to Sober. Liner over Avery Arian's head at second for a single. That plates another run for Waupun. Throw to first, not in time. Fire down to second, and no throw down to second. And gets away from Ryan Hunter, and runner advances down to third. And 2-1 count to Liam. And bloop. That will be over Avery Arian's head to plate another run. And Waupun gets those 2 runs back. It is now 6-3. He's taken off. Hunter fires down to second. Up the first base side of second base. Good backup by Unzueta out there in center. One count. Fouled off the roof of the pavilion. And Braden in a 1-2 count. Fouled straight back. We'll do it again at 1-2. Curveball misses outside. And fouled and out of play. do it again at 2-2. Popped along the line. Granados will catch that one for the third out, but Waupun gets 2 more runs and hops back out to a 3-run lead through 4.5. It is Waupun 6, Swamprats 3. As I was saying earlier, next week, Saturday, Waterloo's 65th annual Wiener and Kraut Day celebration, September 13th, next week, Saturday. Wiener and Kraut sales will continue until sold out. Sales begin at Piggly Wiggly from 9 to 4. Downtown, they're available between 10 and 5. And in the bingo hall here in Fireman's Park, sales will be until 11 till 8. Or sales will end earlier if they are sold out. Craft and other vendors available downtown between 10 and 5. City Band, High Energy Mobile DJ downtown. King and Queen of Kraut contest downtown. Hot dog eating contest. Hot dog toss contest. As well as Jeff McMullen Magic and a dog parade. All downtown on Wiener and Kraut Day next week, Saturday, the 13th. In the park, we've got Dorothy Fest Volleyball. Badger tailgate party starts at 11 when the Badgers travel to Alabama to take on the Crimson Tide. 4 bands in the park, 2 different stages. Sharp Dressed Man plays at 11. The rotation is on at 2. Red Hot Horn Dogs at 5. And it closes out the game, the night, with Granny Shot on the main stage at 8 o'clock. Once again, the Swamprats will be playing, I assume, at 10 and 2. I don't know for sure. And I don't know which opponent yet. So Levi Lauersdorf back in the box. Swung on and missed. He was at the plate during that crazy double play. Caught stealing to end the Swamprats' threat in the 4th. And Lauersdorf takes low and inside, 2-2 to him. And swung on and missed. Lauersdorf goes down swinging. Back to the top of the order in Aiden Arians. And single. Past a single. Brings up AJ Unzueta. And down low, Arians will take off and head to second. And in there for a strike. 1-1 to Unzueta. Throw back to second. Arians back in time with Rhett covering. Up high to Unzueta. 2-1. Arians takes off and goes to third. And caught stealing. So 2 outs. In a 3-1 count to Unsweta. In there for a strike. Down low, Unsweta walks for the second time. 2-out walk. Down low and through the catcher's legs. Unsweta with a big turn, but he will hold at second. In there for a strike, 1-1. And hit the batter, then hit the umpire. Umpire quickly calls time. So this is a pitching change for Waupun. So Caden Selnow steps in with runners on first and second with 2 out. And swung on and foul tipped for strike one. Down low ball. Might be able to play one more inning. And grounder, look what I found at first. Scoops there and steps on the bag. Selnow retired for the third out of the fifth. So is that it for game one? That is it for game one. So your final in game one is Waupun 6, Swamprats 3. We'll see if the Swamprats can split the doubleheader in the second game. And so long, everybody. We will see you next week, Saturday, at 10 and noon for 2 games. Once again, final in your first game, Waupun